Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So I did mention in a previous video that we were going to talk about Little Miss Jennifer Lopez. Now, it's no secret, once again, that I don't put these celebrities on a pedestal. They've done nothing for me. I don't see them as anything other than people who have an ungodly amount of money, power, and influence they use to do some of the worst things that people can actually do. I don't appreciate people putting these people on a pedestal and acting like they've done nothing wrong or that they're capable of doing nothing wrong, because it co-signs their behavior and it enables them to do more, to do what they've been doing, and then some. Now, she just recently put out a documentary, and I'm putting that word documentary in air quotes in case y'all were wondering. She put this out and people have been livid. They're very upset. They've been dragging her for filth, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. Some people have been trying to say have mercy on her. Although here's the problem. She brought this on herself with the stuff that she does. Like, people are tired of these celebrities and the things that they do. And I don't think we should stop that. We should never stop people or prevent people from being angry at the bullcrap these celebrities are constantly shoving in our faces. There was a short clip from the documentary being in air quotes, as I said before, where she kept talking about being from the block. Oh my goodness, being from the Bronx. If I had to listen to her say she was from the block or the Bronx, again, that's why I don't deal with these people. That's why I feel no ways. And I'm not the only person who was annoyed by that. Even the people who were from that area couldn't stand her saying that. And you know what all of them were saying, basically, in a nutshell? That they are tired of her using the Bronx and the block as her personality one, in referencing that community, which is them, who's still there, not some billionaire living in a nice house, running up and down Hollywood like she is. They're tired of her using them as a reference and then going on to change personas whenever it fits her or benefits her, because this is something that she's been doing for a while, which again is why some people, they can't stand her. One moment she's with one person. Wasn't she trying to do the whole I'm a Latina thing whenever she was with Mark Anthony, allegedly? Then whenever she was first coming up, she was Jenny from the block. She was with all the black rappers. She used all the black rappers for her come up. Then when she got to a certain place, she decided she wanted to be white and chase after Ben Affleck. So basically, it's the constant cultural appropriation, once again, only when it benefits her and not even being relatable to the people of her culture where she came from. They were all saying this. They were all saying, you love to reference this, and you also love to make the block and the Bronx your personality. But when she went back there, allegedly, to have all these clips, to shoot all these, scenes, to put in this documentary, once again, in quotation marks, those people weren't even concerned with her. Like that one scene that I'm very surprised she even left in there, where she went up to some man's house, some random man's house who was just living his life, talking about, you don't know me, I'm Jennifer Lopez. Even after she told him her name, he was still like, I don't know you. It was also, I feel like, very conceited of her to do that, because what in the world makes her think she's so important that people just have time to be sitting around knowing who Jennifer Lopez is? People are out here struggling. The cost of living, as I've said multiple times on this channel, has gone haywire through the roof. Nobody has time to be looking at what some celebrity is doing. They have only time to work multiple jobs to make sure that they have their bills paid, their rent due on time, surviving. I just thought that was ridiculous of her to even behave in that way. No, everybody doesn't know who you are, and they don't have to. And also, speaking to her lack of genuineness, they were talking about how allegedly she went down there, like I said, to film those scenes, and that she went to the school that she claimed that she had grew up going to, only to just, I guess, walk in there, allegedly, and walk back out, allegedly. Her bodyguards were pushing kids, making them fall down and cry. Like I said, it's the detachment for me, it's the indifference. And once again, I've said this before, this is why we need to forsake our race allegiance. Have an allegiance to people who do the right thing. Have your allegiance to God, because it does not matter what your race, what your ethnicity is, your skin tone, your skin color. If somebody has gotten to a certain place in their life, they don't even identify with people who look like them. Jennifer Lopez, these celebrities, they do not identify with people who look like them, who are not in the same tax bracket. Another thing they confronted her about, which I'm very glad that they did, or at least they tried to, they called it out, is once again referencing where you're from without actually pouring back into it. You want to make that your whole personality, like I said before, but you didn't want to go down there to rebuild nothing on that block. You didn't put any money back into that community that you claim you came from, that you like to reference so much. Before anybody says she didn't have a responsibility, oh yes, she did. Especially, like I keep saying, if she was going to continue to reference them, use them once again for her own benefit, and make that her whole personality. That's the least somebody should have done. When you make it out of a certain place, you should want to go back to your community and pour into them. Help them if you can, especially if you have the kind of money that she has. I know I would have. But again, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what these celebrities are about. They are about and for themselves, always and forever. I'm also going to mention that Ariana Grande video that I made just recently, and I'm going to reference that once again because, like I said in that video with her, some of these celebrities take on personas. They try to culturally appropriate so much that it's almost like they get lost in the role. Like they really have issues. Like I side-eye somebody who can jump like that from a persona, one persona to another one, can be one type of person and then another one, all so that they can change to fit who they're dating, who they're trying to pander to, what demographic they're trying to suck the life out of or take advantage of, monetize off of. Y'all should give somebody a side eye if they can do that. Now, before anybody says that that's just me, that's just how I feel because I don't really care for these celebrities, I got the proof. I try to always make sure that I have some kind of evidence. And the proof is always in the pudding. And it's about to be stitched in this video too. Y'all just take a look at these videos that people, like I said, who've been watching this woman over the years, who have also been bothered by the goofy stuff that she's been doing, not just, like I said, with her own community, but also the issue with Ashanti and her not singing really, allegedly. They've been calling it out and they're tired of it, like I said. Just listen to these people.
This will be my last video on J-Lo because it's too much. But the hate that she's receiving, she's brought on herself. So like, I don't feel bad for her. I don't think most people do. At this point, her and Jada Pinkett Smith should just start a podcast. She spent the last 20 years being white in film and then Latina and from the block in music. So when you have an identity crisis like that, where the two coincide in this new project of hers, This Is Me Now. This Is Me Now, I think, is her Lemonade, like Beyonce Lemonade moment, or she thinks it is. She's so far removed from reality and the fact that the people who grew up watching her on TV being portrayed as a white woman or like Mediterranean or ethnically ambiguous, and seeing her as a artist, and I'm saying that term loosely, she always is from the block. She's always hip hop. She always has rappers. Those two things coinciding it doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. So when you spend 20 years cosplaying two different things, we don't really care about your documentary about that. We don't really want to see you sing in a musical because you can't sing. What you should have done is talked about Ashanti, talked about Ja Rule, talked about all the people that wrote your music, talked about all the people like Steve Mackey that help you sing better, talk about all the plugins you do in the studio, talk about what it means for you not to be a great singer and how you made a career being an entertainer, because you are an entertainer. You're not the girl that's relatable from New York. The music you, the artist you, is not real. You've made it real over 20 years, but we don't believe it. Just like the movie you is not real. You're a great actress, but you play people who are not you. So, Jenny from the block, mi gente latina, ciao.
What he said really does not lead a follow-up at all because it was very intelligently and accurately put. Everything he said 100%, and I also agree 100%. Now, one thing I will choose to expound upon is, yes, she most certainly should have stuck to acting, because if there's anything she can do, and this is coming from me, somebody who doesn't even like celebrities like that, she can act. I'm thinking particularly of a movie by the name of Angel Eyes. She outdid herself in that movie, I'll give her that much. But nobody's here for the other stuff. Anyways, though, another video.
Taking my hair out like this reminds me when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block. Crazy little girl. Used to be crazy and wild and free, no limits, all dreams. And no one ever called the cops on me. They probably should have. Damn, I was crazy. And wild and free, if I didn't say that already. Whew. Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx.
Y'all, I had to include this video because It was hilarious to me, I'm gonna be real honest. Like I said, y'all could not imagine the annoyance I felt about her talking about running up and down the block. That woman's TikTok handle, by the way, if anybody wanted to know, is Jamie Funny Over 40. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Jamie from the block. Anyways, one more video just for good measure and because I'm petty like that.
When she posted that clip, it brought me back to that South Park episode. Do you remember that one? When she was just, I'm Puerto Rican. It feels unauthentic like that. And to present yourself as hood when you're not is so unnecessary. There's so much more to the Bronx story, and benefiting from a quality education is one of them. And I don't know why she doesn't talk about that. Why are you talking about running? Where are you running to? It's a combination of you presenting yourself a certain way, which is false, and you benefiting from a community. And as another gentleman said, you made the Bronx your whole personality, right? And then on top of that, to mistreat your people when you come here, to only come here when you want to sell something or promote something, but then you don't want people to give you eye contact, and you have bodyguards punting kids out of the way when you go visit a school. It's not giving Princess Diana. And I'm not saying they have to. I'm not saying celebrities have to. Although I'm failing to understand why you wouldn't want to, but okay, that's another conversation, I guess. And going back to my original video, Megan Farley and Christine Marchetti are just Irish and Italian names that I made up during my rant. They're not real government names, guys. I wouldn't do that without people's permission. I don't think that's cool. It was more to illustrate that she went to a very good private school in an Irish and Italian neighborhood. And yes, we did benefit from being shielded from certain things because we went to school in a certain neighborhood. And our school did not play. They were very, very strict. And they firmly believed you are representing the school even when you're not in school. So the standards were high. As a photographer, I've actually had the privilege of covering different events where other Latino celebrities have made an appearance, and it was not to promote anything or sell anything. It was just to show support to the community. And it's nice to see. I don't understand why you wouldn't want that for your community. But I've covered people like Rosie Perez, Juno Diaz, Lin-Manuel. He's a cutie patootie. And if there are charities or foundations or events that JLo has done that I'm not aware of, please educate me because, again, in the last 2 decades, I haven't heard about anything.
I feel like different perspectives and how different people feel about certain situations do all need to be taken into consideration. Although the people, once again, who are from the culture, who can understand it the most, who are from that area, and people who have been negatively impacted the most, those are the people who really do deserve to have their expressions and feelings heard because they understand it the most. And that's not to, like I said, invalidate how other people feel. Now, allegedly, apparently, she's been having people's TikTok channels struck because they've been using clips from her raggedy, say it with me everybody, documentary being in quotation marks. Low-key, I feel like that's her best revenge against people for calling her out, like I said, and dragging her for filth, instead of worshiping the ground that she walks on, like how I'm sure she would like for them to. Once again, everybody, take note. And while, yes, I understand she could have the right to have their videos taken down because they use clips from her documentary, once again, documentary being in quotation marks, but she also could have addressed what everybody was saying. She also could have said, you know what, I've done some raggedy things over the years. I've done some things that I should not have. I've represented in some ways that I should not have, and taken accountability for that. But again, she chose not to. Anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about all of this respectfully down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.